Now we will begin on. Can you see my screen? Guys, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's start a lesson. Today we are going to have WSC Season 7, which is about science and technology debate. So can one of you share with me anything that you know about science or technology debate? And okay, so Jerry.
So I knew about technology is that the world is turning automation because AI is helping people to manufacture goods in factories and help people discover things in science. I think that.
Yeah, that is like a topic, emotion for in this in some debate. So yeah, it's pretty good. So let me tell you about science and technology debate in general. So science and technologies are the two important parts of our living life. It made our life easier. We see science like gadgets, clocks, light bulbs, mobiles, computers, tables, chairs, paper, pens, etc. And that is technology and science. So now let's move on to the science and technology debate. What it is about? It is about the thing that are around our life, and we will argue that if it helpful or not. Like AI or AI, for example. Yeah. Now let's dive deeper. Can someone read for me the slide on the screen? And then told me what is it about. I will call. Jora, can you read for me the slide?
Read all of it.
Yeah, and read for me the science and technology debate.
Oh, yeah. Science and technology debate. Science and technology debates focus on issues related to scientific advancements and technological developments. This debate often involves discussions about the impacts, ethics, and future implications of discoveries and innovations.
Okay, so thank you, Jora. Can you tell me what do you understand in this in the part that you just read?
I understand that science and technology debates all focus on issues and that is related to scientific advancement and technological developments.
Okay. Um, yeah. So thank you, Jora. That is good. So yeah, science and technology debates is focused on the motion, the topic that focus on the scientist development, maybe new, maybe old. For example, the light bulb. For example, the what technological development is AI, for example, AI tools like ChatGPT or something. These debates they focus on the impact, the effects, and the future. What it will do to what it would do to our future, how we will solve it if it's bad, how we will cherish it and continue to do it if it's good, of discoveries and innovations. So in simple word, we will discuss about the good and the bad about the science and technology debate. Now there are a little key aspects of science and technology debate. Here there are 7 ways of understanding the aspects of science and technology debate. So can we have 11 people in this class? So could 7 of you read each part for me and tell me what do you understand in that part? I will call. Sony, can you read for me the first one and tell me what it is about?
Okay. 1. Understanding the technology or science. Know the basic facts and principles about the technology or scientific topic. Understand how it works and its intended use.
Can you tell me what it meant? After you read it, what do you understand?
I understand that technology and scientific topic have many things in the future.
Thank you. So the first one is understanding about technology or science, like Sony read. Thank you, Sony. So understanding about technology or science, you have to understand like a little bit of science and technology for you to be able to debate. For example, if you don't know about AI, you cannot debate about AI. Or if you don't know the light bulb, the invention, the pen, the pencil, the chairs, you don't know how to respond to that motion. Okay. Can I call on Sarah, please? Can you read for me the second part and tell me what do you understand after reading that?
Impact analysis assess the positive and negative effects of on society, the environment, and the economy. Consider short-term and long-term impacts.
Okay, so can you tell me what did you understand after you read it?
I understand that
You don't have to use fancy words or something. You just told me what do you understand, like in simple words. Okay, so thank you, Sarah. The second is the impact analysis, which is you have to Sarah, you can turn on your mic now. Wait. Let me share again. Okay. Can you see my screen? Yeah, okay. So the second part is the impact analysis, which is access the positive and negative effects on society, which means that did it have positive or negative effects on society? Does it affect the environment or does it affect the economy? So this will there are two terms that you need, two-term impact that you need in the debate. So there are short term, which is good things or bad things in a short amount of time, and the long term, which is good in the long term or bad in the long term. Okay, the first, thank you, Sarah. Could I ask Ben to read for me the first one and tell me what it meant?
Please understanding the technology for science.
What?
This is the first question.
Third is ethical considerations.
Which one? This one?
No, the third one. Number 3, ethical considerations.
Oh, ethical consideration.
discuss the moral implication of using or developing the technology. Consider issues like privacy, security, fairness, and accessibility.
Okay, could you tell me what do you understand after reading this?
About the first one, discuss the moral implication of developing the technology. I think this one is to be talk about some to how to use the technology to be gooder or to like useful, more useful.
So what about the second one, which is consider issues like privacy or security, fairness, and accessibility?
I think that it will more work to use this but it's careful to use the privacy, security, fairness, and accessibility.
Okay, so thank you, Ben. You can mute yourself now. So I will talk again about the ethical considerations. So, you have to discuss the moral implications, which is the use of using and developing the technology. So you could like discuss about the implications of these technologies. You have to consider issues, for example, your privacy, your private info privacy, your security, um, your secureness of your personal info, the fairness when you are using technology, not and the accessibility of you. For example, if other people could use, you could use too. The four is the future implication. Could I ask someone to read this? How about moon? Moon, can you read for me the fourth one?
Yes. Future implications. Think about how the technology or scientific discovery might evolve. Consider potential future benefits and risks.
Thank you. So could you tell me what it meant after the part you read?
I think that we need to like think more about how that our technology or how we can discover more of the tonic more and we can study the technology we have now to make more in the future, and we have to consider the risk of the benefits and the risk of many other technology.
Okay. Thank you. So yeah, thank you, Moon. Like Moon said, I will talk again about this. It's the future implications. So think about how science and technology inventions would evolve. For example, we have the artificial super intelligence ASI might evolve in the future. Also, you have to consider the potential future benefits and risks. For example, what ASI would do. What's a artificial super intelligence might do. The benefit is it is smarter than human. It could like help human. The bad thing is that it could overtake the humanity. Wait. Okay. Okay, so how to debate science and technology topics. So firstly is the research and understand the topic, which is gather information about the technologies or scientific discovery. This is understanding its current status, how it's work, and its implications. Secondly is you have to identify key issues, which is determine the main points of contact, tensions, or debate. These could include ethical concerns, potential impacts, and practical applications. Thirdly is the developed arguments, which you have two main points, which is firstly for the topic, which is highlight the benefits and positive aspect. Also, you use data and evidence to support your arguments. Also, if you're against the motion, you have to point out the risk, you have to point out the ethical concerns, and you have to the potential negative impact, and you have to provide counter arguments and evidence to back up your points. The fourth is address counter arguments, which you have to listen to the other side or arguments. You have to rebuttals that address these points effectively. You have to like fight back the main point, not wander around. For example, your opposing side arguments said that we don't give the right to women. So you can say, oh, eating vegetable is very good. You can say that. You have to say that I disagree that protecting women is bad. Yeah. You have to wait. So like the opposing side argument is that protecting women is bad. You have to say the rebuttals of yours, you have to say that protecting women isn't bad. Fifthly, as your example and case study, you have to provide the real world case examples and cases studies to illustrate your points. This will help your arguments to be more concrete and more relatable with the motion. The third, sixth is the ethical and social considerations. So you have to discuss the broader implication of the technology and scientific discovery. You have to consider how it affects different groups of people, and the social norm, which is stakeholders, like the stakeholders. And the thirdly, stakeholder is someone who is relatable to the motion. And the seventh one is the conclusion, which is summarize your main point. Will illustrate the importance of your stance and call for actions and further considerations. Now, I would like some of you to read for me the sample structures that engineering for humans. The label is social impact to humans. There are the definitions, the examples, the impacts, and the importance. So I need four of you to read for me. Calling first is, okay, Lily, can you read for me the definition, please?
Okay, definitions. Social impact refers to the effect that genetics engineering of humans could have on societal structures, relationships, and equality.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Lily. Calling next about the example is Kurama. Can you read for me the examples? Kurama, are you here? Okay, so Kurama isn't here. Wait for me for a moment. Okay, so how about Jerry? Can you read for me the examples, please?
So the examples is that if genetic enhancements become available, they are likely to be expensive and accessible only to the wealthy. This could lead to a new form of inequality where the genetically enhanced have more opportunities and advantages over those who cannot afford such enhancements.
Okay, thank you, Jerry. Um, how about the impasse? Can one of you read for me the impasse, please? Let me call. How about Zoe?
So the impact is this form of genetic inequality could spread existing social division and create new form of discrimination. This may also lead to a loss of social cohesion as people could be judged and segregated based on their genetic attributes.
Okay, thank you. How about the importance? Okay, so Khan, can you read for me the importance, please?
Important addressing the social impact is important to ensure fairness and equality in society, banning genetic engineering of human health, prevent the creation of genetic underclass, and promote a more inclusive and equitable able society.
Okay, so with me for a moment. Okay. Thank you, all of you. So we will move on to task 1, which is the motion that we should invest more in space exploration. So you would be very, yeah, you would be familiar with this motion. So task 1, there are I will send it in the chat. I will give you like 10 minutes to read this.